Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the world's smallest Manchester United fan channel out there in the world. This is Talk. My God, I don't even know the name of my actual channel. This is Total Talk TV. I'm Keith, and let's have a look at the latest news coming out of Manchester United right now. So, obviously, Dorgu from Lecce is the biggest story out there. Is this a story that's going to happen? Manchester United are in form. It's now being reported everywhere. Fabrizio Romano was even talking about it, that obviously Manchester United are interested in Dorgu. There's talks going on, but the problem now is Manchester United a place where we just let everybody know who we want to buy and how much we want to buy them for? Because obviously this was a deal, we were talking in the 20 millions bracket, but now we've kind of, excuse me, I've got a little bit of wind. This is now a bracket, or this is now a story where it's talking that Lecce want £34 million for him, for a 20-year-old unproven left back. Is this the right price? I ask you, my fellow supporters out there, is this the right amount of money to pay for an unproven left back? Now, the other little bits of stories coming out are obviously the Garnacho to Napoli is being talked about, but the new interesting element is Garnacho to Chelsea. What do we think about that? We'll also look at Rashford apparently wants to stay and fight first place. Where are we with that one? And yeah, they're pretty much the main stories. There is another little story breaking just right now, and that story is that Napoli have informed Manchester United that they are willing to compromise on the deal with a deal with Victor Osimhen should Manchester United do a deal with Napoli over Garnacho. Now, are they just trying to, sweeten the deal by throwing Osimhen in there and potentially reducing his £63 million fee? Is that something that Manchester United would like to go for? It's not so much would Manchester United to go for it. Again, we come back to money. Can they afford it? But let's go back to the top story. And Dorgu, Lecce, 20 million, now 34 million. Why is the price rising? Why are we telling, clubs what we're doing? Why is information constantly leaking more than the bloody Old Trafford roof and not just the roof, but every other part of the stadium? What is the reason behind this? Why are we telling these? Why is the information out there that we desperately, everyone knows we need a left back? So we look at Dorgu and we think, yeah, potentially good deal. We believe Victor Christopher Favel is maybe behind all this. He's spotted potential in the market, a young player at a good price at around 20 million ish, give or take. But no, all of a sudden now, Manchester United, 34 million. Are we going to be taken for mugs once again? Because that's what this club is. It's a bloody mug club. Always. It's just we've got more mugs in the bloody cupboards than I have downstairs, which is probably not surprising considering I don't have that many mugs. But you know what I mean. Manchester United just full of mugs running this club. If they decide that they're going to overpay, I get it. We did it with Lenny Euro, but we were trying to compete with Real Madrid, and we knew the qualities of that young kid, and obviously we wanted to make sure that we got that deal done, which we did, which I still believe is a good deal, and I still believe he'll come good. Long way to go, 18, but coming back to the doggy thing, are we just gonna, walk around and let everyone just take us for the fools that we are and go, oh, we'll give you 20 million now, we'll make it 34 million because the fools at Manchester United, if they end up paying this, they will have overpaid, regardless of the information coming out. Because the Lecce sporting director has come out and he has said that Dorgu, his words were, whether on the left or the right, he plays like three players and he has an engine like no other. Now, this is obviously a sales ploy. They're saying it's like Manchester United aren't just buying one player, they're buying three players, and this is the reason why we're able to drive the price up, because he is this phenomenal talent. But yes, he is a talent. But the problem is he's potential. As much as he is a talent, he's still potential talent. Where are we with potential? We're letting a potential talent leave for 50 million and we're spending 34 million on potential talent again. What are we doing? What the hell is this club doing? 20 million, I get it. 34 million, we're wasting 14 million. If we end up paying that for him, we've just wasted another 14 million pound on a player that's not worth it. 20 million plus add-ons, fine. 34 million, probably throw in some add-ons. Why don't you just make it 50 million and just completely shaft this club, shaft this board once again? Because that's all they do. I thought we brought in people to do business. Wilcox, Favel, Barada, work your magic. Stop this nonsense about overpaying for players. We've overpaid for so many poor players. It's unbelievable. Mason Mount, case in point, 55 million for a donkey. Good player, can't stay fit. Unfortunately, the poor lad seems like a really good guy, seems like a decent fella, just incapable of staying fit. We overpaid for him. We overpaid for Nana. We overpaid for Hoyland. As much as I think Hoyland's really talented, again, struggling, potentially 70-ish million for potential. We've got to stop paying for bloody potential. We've got to actually pay the reality. The reality is these players are young and they need improvement. And yes, Ruben Amorim probably can improve a lot of young players, but by God, get them in at the right price and stop all this squandering the money. No wonder we're in bloody debt. Yes, the Glazers are just a farce. And, Ineos, what have they done? They could do more. They've done bits. They've done some things good. They've done some things bad. But my God, we've got to get a grip on these signings. And we've got to get a grip on how much money we spend, because it's just infuriating as a supporter to listen to this nonsense week in, week out. Anyway, we'll move on from Dorgu. Please, anyone got any comments in there, drop a comment in there. Appreciate it. Also, apologies, I'm just on a rant this morning. If you're liking the content, and which I'm loving because the viewing figures are going up, which is absolutely brilliant. I would love if you guys could subscribe to the content. That would be absolutely fantastic. And if you could hit me a like on this, I'd really, really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we'll swiftly move on to the next one. And Garnacho to Chelsea. Do we believe that Garnacho is going to Chelsea? Do we really believe this? Because I don't know. I, for one, think that this is just another ploy from Garnacho's side to, put him in the shop window. Garnacho is a talent. He came to Manchester United. He left Atletico Madrid. He won the FA Youth Cup and he was the star in the show. He went on to win, the actual FA Cup with this team. He has potential. Yes, by no means has he fulfilled it yet. Should he have? No, he's only 90. He's 20. He's not meant to fulfill his bloody potential at 20. And anyone who thinks he is ridiculous. He's not. He's a 20-year-old. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to learn a lot. But do I want to see him going to Chelsea? No. Do I want to see him going to Napoli? No. I don't want to see him going anywhere. I want to see us develop kids. And I've heard other content creators out there talk about this, and I've heard them say, get rid, he's rubbish, and maybe they're going to be right and I'll be wrong. And if so, fine, hold your hands up. I just don't want this club to be a selling club. I don't want us to be a club that just rinses our youth to make money. I get it. That's where we are. It's ridiculous. It's how the Glazers have run us. Ineos have come in and essentially they're just kind of playing into the Glazers' hands because they've got their kind of hands tied and they have to sell. And obviously, Ruben Amorim needs players in, and we're a sell-to-buy club. It's where we are. I get it. I understand it, but I don't like it. That's just the nature of the beast. Now, to Marcus Rashford. Will Rashford stay? Will he go? Apparently, he wants to come back and stay, and he wants to fight for his place. I prefer he just bloody fought his way out of the club, just kicking the doors down to get to wherever he wants to go. Stop. You got a wage, and I understand you don't want to give up that wage, that astronomical nonsense that we're paying you to walk around the field. But if you were to go somewhere else, you've got the opportunity to relaunch your career. Yes, you might have to take a little bit of a hit on your wage, but I'm sure you'll make it up in brand deals, and there's other ways I'm sure that you can be compensated for that loss in your wage. Can you come back and fight for your place in this team? No, because you've missed 10 games already, is it? Are you going to miss 11 if you're not in the squad against Rangers? Please, for the love of God, just do us a favour. Take yourself out the door. Help yourself. Help yourself. Take yourself out the door. Go to Dortmund. Go to Milan. Figure it out. Go and prosper, because you've got, you've obviously, there were skills and there were tools in that bag. You might have just thrown them under the stairs and forgot they were there. Go and find them. Pick them up. Move on to the next house, start working somewhere else, and I believe that you've got the potential to still do it. You're 27, you can still do anything you want, but I just don't think you're going to be able to do it at this club. You don't fit the system at the minute. Unless you want to have a completely different work ethic under this house, under these rules, it's not going to work. And what are you going to do? Sit on the bench and just pick up your wage and squander your career? You're 27. My God, if my kids were half as a smidge of your talent and they were squandering their career, I'd be grabbing them and telling them, come on, make use of what you have. And if it's not here, it's somewhere else. Go and resurrect your career somewhere else, because you can do it, but you've got to want to do it. But anyway, that's my rant over on Rashford. I think that that essentially is all the news at the minute. We have Rangers coming up on Thursday night. It'll be interesting to see whether the players respond to what Ruben Alvarez has said on Thursday. And if they don't, we're in trouble because he's maybe looking for a reaction. And if these players don't react, we're in trouble because they're just going to all down tools like Rashford. And, just we just have to rebuild the entire house from scratch with no one in it. With no tools and with no bricks and no mortar, and I can't even imagine where we start with that. But that's where we are. So Rangers Thursday. Let's see what happens. Thanks guys for listening, and I'll see you on the next one.